The 9th Recon is an elite strike force that traces its origins to the prolonged military campaigns on Draupnir during the special military operation preceding the Second Galactic War. After the fall of Malevelon Creek, Draupnir found itself in a position of unprecedented strategic importance. Not only did it serve as a launching site for incursions into the Severan sector, but it also guarded the most direct routes to the inner systems and Super Earth itself. Automaton forces, fresh from a successful blitz of the Severan sector, sets their sights on Draupnir. Draupnir is a planet known for its mossy highlands, weathered coasts, and powerful lightning storms. The fighting on this world would prove to be of a different character than those that had preceded it. The first battle of Draupnir saw automaton invaders rebuffed for the first time. The element of surprise, which the automatons had relied so heavily on, had worn off, and knowledge of automaton strategies and weaknesses began to circulate widely across the front. Although the second battle of Draupnir resulted in automaton occupation, the invasion was only nominally successful as the occupying automaton forces faced stiff resistance, which delayed further invasions. Unlike the suffocating forests of Malevelon Creek, Draupnir's open fields provided little cover against automaton fire, something which the bots calculated would deliver them an easy victory. But what they did not consider was how the same was true vice versa. Marksmen saw great success by engaging automaton forces from outside their effective range. The machines had no answer to this, besides saturating the direction of their assailants with copious amounts of missile fire, which largely proved ineffective. Pulled together from survivors of Malevelon Creek and the first and second battles of Draupnir, the newly established 9th Recon quickly became infamous among the automatons for their exploits. Combining lessons in infiltration and guerrilla warfare from the Creek with the combat efficiency of trained marksmen, the Trailblazers, as they came to be known, became a force of nature on the battlefield. The 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th battles of Draupnir were prolonged and deadly engagements, where both sides fought bitterly for every inch of ground over the course of a month, and the Trailblazers played a significant role in establishing breakthroughs in the automaton lines. Through mud and blood, they fought with such calculated precision that it is reported that automaton forces thought they were victim to defectors. The final battle of Draupnir resulted in a successful defense against an automaton counterattack, allowing the subsequent liberation of Malevelon Creek soon after to ensure that Draupnir was secure at last. Over the course of that month of intense fighting, the 9th Recon had established itself as a premier bot fighting force and was reinforced with top marksmen from across the galaxy. Their distinguished service has seen them deployed in campaigns from Durgan to Clarel. In recent times, they have played a notable role in the fight against the ruthless advance of the Automaton Jet Brigade and its attempt to stop the construction of Democracy Space Station. When countless automaton ships blotted the sun over Matar Bay, it was estimated that even overwhelming Helldiver reinforcements would do little to blunt the attack. But when the Trailblazers made planetfall, they found a world not all dissimilar to their home of Draupnir. Initially, they suffered heavy casualties against this new threat. For the first time, it appeared that the Trailblazers had met their match. But serendipitously, it was discovered that one weapon they had brought for the utility of mine clearing was extremely effective at detonating the crudely constructed jetpacks of the Jet Brigade. While Matar Bay was lost to the overwhelming automaton horde, the bots suffered casualties that far exceeded their most pessimistic calculations, in no small part due to the efforts of the Trailblazers. Today, this unit strikes fear into the non-existent hearts of the automatons, whose dreams of electric sheep are haunted by rifles hiding behind every blade of grass. The standard loadout of a Trailblazer is as so. Primary. The R63CS Diligence Countersniper is a powerful long-range marksman rifle. It may be heftier and sport less ammo per magazine than the standard Diligence rifle, but its large caliber ammunition capable of piercing medium armor more than makes up for this. It can neutralize automaton infantry with ease, and Devastators fall to a single well-placed shot to the head. Owing to its medium armor penetration, the DCS is also capable of decommissioning Devastators with multiple shots to the body, and Striders via well-placed shots to the leg or undercarriage. Despite its handling and specification as a long-range marksman rifle, in the skilled hands of the 9th Recon it can also be used to devastating effect in medium to close-range engagements. Secondary. The LAS-7 Dagger is an unconventional sidearm preferred by the 9th Recon. While it can be used to appreciable success against infantry and melt the face of Devastators, it was initially brought for its utility. The laser that the dagger emits is highly effective in clearing landmines. It also requires no ammo save switching coolant if overheated, allowing Trailblazers to operate even when all conventional ammo has been exhausted. But in recent times, this humble and seldom used sidearm has proven to be among the most devastating weapons in the Trailblazer's arsenal, as it has the capability to detonate crudely manufactured automaton jetpacks with ease. It can easily sweep through entire squads of jet troopers in mere seconds, leaving nothing but charred metal in its wake. Grenade. The G123 Thermite is a grenade specifically designed to burn through hardened targets. The utility this grenade provides cannot be understated, as a successful deployment of it is capable of destroying heavily armored tanks, cannon towers, and fabricators. Support weapon. The APW-1 Anti-Material Rifle is a long-ranged anti-tank rifle capable of piercing light vehicle armor. Extensive research has shown that the automatons are in fact made of material, and therefore the anti-material rifle is one of the most effective weapons against anything the socialist machines can throw at us. Even a grazing shot will disassemble enemy infantry, while both berserkers and devastators can easily be torn in two by a couple rounds to the body. A single shot to the leg of a strider will neutralize it. Hooks can't withstand more than one magazine from the AMR, and a skilled marksman can neutralize them with only 2 shots if both land in the hook's vulnerable eye. 2 shots to a thruster on a gunship will send it tumbling out of the sky as well. The heavy armor of tanks is capable of withstanding the AMR, but weak points such as heat sinks, engine compartments, and treads are all vulnerable to it. And finally, enemy anti-air and mortar emplacements are also vulnerable to the AMR and may be neutralized by it. Armor. The SC-30 Trailblazer Scout Armor is a lightweight armor that sacrifices protection for stealth and freedom of movement. This loose-fitting piece allows for unhindered and near-silent movement, while its green coloration offers superb visual camouflage. These features make it essential for infiltration and repositioning. Helmet. The SC-30 Trailblazer Scout Helmet is a high-tech piece of equipment, featuring specialized goggles that enhance the binocular vision of the wearer. The iconic hood helps keep the wearer dry and assists in camouflaging the helmet. Cape. The Agent of Oblivion is the chosen cape of the 9th Recon. Lightweight and waterproof, its black and green coloration complements the Trailblazer armor's camouflage. On top of this practical application, it is also a token of the Trailblazer's commitment to conservation and the preservation of nature. Stratagem 2. The Lift 850 Jump Pack enhances the leaping capability of its user by orders of magnitude. This can be used to great effect in accessing high ground positions, bypassing obstacles, and quickly descending from great heights. It can also be used to quickly jump into the fray of battle or make a hasty retreat. Stratagem 3. The MLS-4X Commando is a laser-guided expendable 4-barrel rocket launcher, capable of destroying heavy armor and bot fabricators at great distances. It is a versatile anti-tank weapon that is extremely effective on planets featuring long sightlines. It can destroy tanks and fabricators with 2 of its 4 rockets, and a single rocket to the heatsink of a tank is enough to decommission it. Stratagem 4. The Orbital Precision Strike is a single precision shot from the destroyer's Atlas cannon. The time it takes to load is minimal, and it can fire for effect almost instantaneously, useful for destroying even hardened enemy structures or neutralizing heavy enemies. In particular, it can destroy detector towers. Trailblazers exclusively fight on the automaton front, as marksman rifles and guerrilla tactics are largely ineffective against Terminids. While they show a clear preference for planets with wide open sightlines, they are still combat effective even on planets with very limited visibility. It has been noted, however, that they have particular difficulty fighting during the day on planets featuring acid storms. The acid degrades some of the more delicate equipment that they employ, such as the lenses used in sniper scopes. During the day, this causes a reflective effect that renders scoped weapons almost unusable on these planets. Trailblazers excel both as solo operators and when providing overwatch for their squad. Due to their armor providing little protection against enemy fire, it is important for them to always maintain a tactical advantage. They prefer to engage automatons at long range, exchanging volleys of accurate fire from outside of their enemy's effective range, and destroying enemy structures with the commando. When an enemy position cannot be cleared at range, they will close in, often utilizing the jump pack to access unorthodox angles of approach or escape. When faced with overwhelming enemy force, Trailblazers will attempt to withdraw from the engagement, picking off the few automatons fast enough to keep up with them. The combat effectiveness of Trailblazers is ranked high. Their kit provides an answer to anything the automatons can throw their way, and even a single Trailblazer is capable of completing mission objectives before nearby bots are even aware of their presence. When paired with a squad, the overwatch they provide is shown to drastically decrease the mortality rate of squad mates and boost their combat effectiveness. Likewise, the mortality rate among Trailblazers is extraordinarily low due to a number of factors, including the long ranges at which they engage enemies, their use of guerrilla tactics, and their higher than average combat experience. Trailblazers are cold and calculating. Every move and every assault is planned meticulously in advance. Thrifty to a fault, they have little patience for those that waste resources like stratagems and ammunition. Likewise, they are not fond of rookie divers and the common mistakes that they make. They are objective-oriented, not resting until all enemy assets in the operation area are neutralized. Despite their thoroughness, the average sample collection rate of Trailblazers is lower than average. While a Trailblazer's overwatch can be a great asset to a squad, they will not hesitate to slip away to complete mission objectives on their own accord if they believe their squad is fighting a pointless battle. Trailblazers are noted as one of the few units that have high cohesion with creek crawlers. This is attributed to multiple factors. A mutual respect exists between the two, as many founding members of the 9th Recon were veterans of the creek, and both exclusively fight against automatons. It has been noted that on the battlefield they tend to stay out of each other's way, while providing assistance when needed. Interactions outside of combat tend to take the form of friendly competitions where each side brags about who has scrapped the most automatons. In recent times, the Trailblazers have found a nemesis in the automaton Jet Brigade. This rivalry is the result of two factors. Firstly, the Jet Brigade's equipment was reverse engineered using equipment largely scavenged from fallen Trailblazers. This mockery of Super Earth's fallen heroes has not gone unnoticed. Secondly, the heavy losses the Jet Brigade inflicted on the Trailblazers in the opening hours of the Third Battle of Matar Bay has left a scar on the near spotless record of the 9th Recon that only spilled oil can heal. The soldiers of the 9th Recon are among Super Earth's finest. Expert marksmen without peer, they can single-handedly change the tide of battle, often being the sole survivors of particularly difficult operations. They may be few in number, but their exploits have inspired sharpshooters from across the galaxy to join their ranks. Trailblazers are the rifle in the grass, the watcher in the trees, and the ghost in the mist. They are silent guardians to their allies and a harbinger of doom to their enemies. No matter what the future may bring, the road to a better tomorrow will be cleared by the Trailblazers.